Hello, Chunkers! Welcome back to Chunking to Fluency, the channel where we learn English together in easy, bite-sized chunks. Today, we're diving into the mysterious, mischievous, and totally adorable world of cats. With a twist, we're exploring some of the most common English idioms about cats. So whether you're a cat lover or just curious about English, stick around. You'll be feline fine. Oops, I meant feeling fine. By the end of this video, are you ready? Let's get started.
Chunk number 1. ¿El gato te comió la lengua? ¿El gato te comió la lengua? Cat got your tongue? Cat got your tongue? Have you ever been so surprised you just couldn't speak? Maybe someone asked you a tricky question and suddenly you were silent. That's when someone might ask, "Cat got your tongue?" This idiom means you're unusually quiet or lost for words. The origin is a bit mysterious, but some say it comes from the Middle Ages when punishments were, let's just say, not so nice. Others believe it comes from sailors who were whipped with a cat o' nine tails, making them too shocked to speak. Either way, don't worry. No cats were harmed while making this English lesson. Chunk number 2. First in Spanish. La curiosidad mató al gato. La curiosidad mató al gato. Now in English. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. Here's one for all the nosy folks out there. Curiosity killed the cat means that being too inquisitive or prying into things can lead to trouble. The idiom first appeared in a play by Ben Jonson in 1598, but it was later made popular by famous writers like Shakespeare himself. So next time you want to know a secret, remember, even the bard warned us. Sometimes it's best not to poke your whiskers where they don't belong. Chunk number 3 in Spanish first. Lloviendo a cántaros. Lloviendo a cántaros. Literalmente significa perros y gatos. Raining cats and dogs. Raining cats and dogs. Now imagine you look out your window and see cats and dogs falling from the sky. Of course, that's not what this idiom really means. Raining cats and dogs simply describes very heavy rain. A real downpour. The phrase's origin is a bit unclear, but some say it goes back to Old England when heavy rain would wash animals through the streets. Others think it just sounds funny. Either way, grab an umbrella. Chunk number 4. First in Spanish. Copión, imitador. Copión, imitador. Now in English. Copycat. Copycat. Very good. These are fun, aren't they? Have you ever noticed someone doing exactly what you do? Maybe your little brother copies your every move. That's what we call a copycat. This idiom refers to someone who imitates another person. The first use of copycat appeared in the early 1900s, and while there's no famous copycat hero, we can all agree, sometimes imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, unless it's your school homework, of course. Chunk number 5. And again, we begin with Spanish. Jugar al gato y al ratón. Jugar al gato y al ratón. And now in English. To play cat and mouse. To play cat and mouse. Finally, let's talk about playing cat and mouse. This idiom describes a situation where one person is trying to catch or outsmart another, often in a playful or tricky way, just like a cat chasing a mouse. It's been used in stories and even in spy movies where the chase is half the fun. So next time you see two people in a clever back and forth, you'll know. It's just a game of cat and mouse. Chunk number 6. Una pregunta capciosa. Una pregunta capciosa. Tricky question. Tricky question. A tricky question is a phrase we use when someone asks something that's difficult to answer, like a riddle or a brain teaser that makes you scratch your head. Imagine your teacher asking, If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around, does it make a sound? That's a tricky question. The word tricky comes from the idea of a trick, something that fools or confuses you, and it's been used in English since the 1500s. Here's an example. During geography class, my teacher asked me a tricky question that was too difficult to answer. Chunk number 7. Gato de 9 colas. Gato de 9 colas. Cat o' nine tails. Cat o' nine tails. Cat o' nine tails sounds like a funny name for a pet, but it's actually a very old phrase for a whip with 9 cords, once used to punish sailors in the British Navy. Yikes! It dates back to the 1600s, and the cat part might come from the scratches it left, like a cat's claws. Each cord had knots to make the punishment extra painful, so it was no laughing matter back then. Today, we use it more playfully to talk about something that feels like a harsh punishment or a big challenge. For example, my boss gave me 9 reports to finish by tomorrow. Might as well call them a cat o' 9 tails. Chunk number 8. Mirar por la ventana. Mirar por la ventana. To look out the window. To look out the window. To look out the window is a simple phrase that means exactly what it says, gazing outside through a window, often when you're daydreaming or bored. Imagine being in a long class and instead of listening, you're watching birds fly by. That's when you look out the window. This phrase has been around as long as windows have, which is centuries, but it became a common way to describe distraction in the 1800s. It's a little funny to think about all the times we've all been caught staring outside instead of working. Here's an example sentence. During the boring lecture, Carlos couldn't help but look out the window and dream about playing soccer. Chunk number 9. Imitar a una persona. Imitar a una persona. To imitate a person. To imitate a person. To imitate a person means to copy someone's actions, voice, or habits, often to be funny or to learn from them. Think of a kid pretending to be their teacher, walking around with a pretend book and saying, "Class, quiet down!" That's imitation. The word imitate comes from the Latin word imitare, meaning to copy, and it's been used in English since the 1500s. It's a fun phrase because we all love a good impression, especially when it's spot on and makes everyone giggle. Just be careful not to imitate someone in a mean way. A good example sentence would be, Sophia loved to imitate a person like her favorite singer, shaking her hips and singing into a spoon as if it were a microphone. Chunk number 10. Ser más listo que alguien. Ser más listo que alguien. To outsmart someone. To outsmart someone. To outsmart someone means to beat them by being more clever, like when you win a game of chess by thinking one step ahead. It's like being a sneaky fox. The word smart has roots in Old English, meaning sharp or quick, and outsmart became popular in the 1800s to describe outwitting someone. It's perfect for when you figure out a riddle before your friend does. Just don't try to outsmart your teacher, unless it's for extra credit, of course. Here's an example sentence. In the chess match, Carlos managed to outsmart someone by pretending he didn't know how to play, then winning in just 5 moves. And there you have it, 10 fantastic feline idioms to add to your English vocabulary. If you enjoyed learning with us, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video with your fellow English learners. Leave a comment below with your favorite cat idiom, or share one from your own native language. Until next time, keep chunking and keep learning. Meow for now. Be blessed.